Now, custody battles can be traumatic for any parent, of course, but no mum or dad should go through what Afsana Lachaux has. When her marriage ended acrimoniously in Dubai, the authorities there granted custody of her son Louis to her husband. Louis is now 5 years old, but her ex-husband, has now cut off all contact, and today marks 2 years since Afsana last saw Louis. Today, she took part in a protest to raise awareness of her case and others, and she joins me now. Afsana, you kind of imagined when you moved to Dubai, you're married and had a baby, that this would be the outcome if it all went wrong?
No, certainly not. It was unfortunate, relationships break down, mine did. But when it did break down, I tried to seek help and protection from the Dubai authorities and police because of the particular issues around domestic abuse. And what I was told time and time again, in fact, I was detained on several occasions, was that UAE law, the police told me this, that in the UAE, husbands are allowed to beat their wives. It's actually called the law of chastisement. So if your wife doesn't obey you and you refuse to obey, then it is open to the partner to physically punish you. And in fact, that's one of the reasons and the grounds for the Dubai court to remove my son from me, because I didn't obey my husband under its Sharia law.
And this is the law that is the problem here. Of course, your ex-husband is not here to talk about things from his point of view, but as it stands, you haven't seen your son in 2 years. What kind of help are you getting at this end?
The British government, before, when I was in Dubai, and certainly here, have this hands-off policy that they on every letter I've got, it's they don't intervene in a country's judicial system. The fact of the matter is, and I'm supported by the UN and Human Rights Watch and Redress, that the UAE law doesn't protect women like myself. I thought as a British citizen, when these things were happening to me, instead of being criminalised, that I would be given protection and be allowed to return home. And instead, what I got was I was trapped. And since coming back to England, I was forced to come back to England.
I know you've had support from your own MP. The Foreign Office say, we recognise the enormous and continued distress faced by Mrs Lachaux being separated from her son. We've previously given assistance to Mrs Lachaux. We have also raised this matter with the UAE authorities, but we cannot interfere in the judicial process of another country. Having said that, yesterday we were talking to the daughter of Carl Andre, who was released from prison, or is about to be released from prison in Saudi Arabia because of intervention. Has that kind of thing given you a bit of hope, perhaps, that they might be able to influence your case and you'd be able to see Louis again?
I don't know. I think it's difficult when you're in a situation to compare cases. Clearly, that case is a very different case. I hope by doing this protest and doing this campaign and the support that I've had from the British public, that I can raise awareness about my case in terms of what's happened and the injustice of the UAE system. But also, at the end of the day, my son, I don't know where my son is. I've had no contact with my son. I really hope that Louis will see what I'm doing. He knows that his mother is out there and I love him.
Do you feel optimistic that you will see him sooner than you would hope? Because it could be not until he's 18 if things carry on as they are.
That is a sad reality, but I hope and I pray and I really hope that with the support of my MP, and I have a number of voluntary organisations, Southall Black Sisters, so I have a lot of support. Okay. I just hope the UAE listens to my plea.
Afsana, thanks very much indeed.
Okay, thank you.